Coach, do you remember the last game and Reid?
Do I remember the last game? Oh, boy. Yeah, I remember the last game.
But do you do anything different? Because I think when the field goal was blocked, Joshua Kalus basically said he had gotten down your guys' rhythm, had studied you guys, whatever. Knowing that and how successful he was making that play, do you do anything different facing this?
Sure. I mean, you go back and you look and see what happened, and obviously we were giving away, our cadence a little bit. And I needed to do a better job of noticing that he was doing it during the game, because he was definitely getting a great get off the whole game. Didn't notice it, and he made a huge play at the end of the game, and it worked out good for them. Since then, we've addressed it and changed it up a little bit.
Going back to that game, and obviously what happened at the end.
Yep.
What does it say that you?
The Tennessee game?
Yeah, you didn't necessarily have to talk to them about the issues in the last 2 minutes, that it was Buck or James and discussing it themselves to sort of figure it out, but the initiation of them to try to sort it out before having to come to the next meeting, the next film session with you before you guys move forward.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are veterans. They understand, exactly what happened. You don't have to, you're not going to sit there and yell and scream at them. You just make the corrections and you move on. It was a bad day. I thought like I said at the time, I thought our offense and defense did enough to win the game. We have to take care of our end of it, and we would have been fine. So we moved forward, and since then we've had a lot of games and done a pretty good job since then.
We talk so much about offensive and defensive players having a little extra motivation or the possibility of redemption. It's rare that you get the same opportunities on special teams, or it's rarer, I guess I should say. Just what do you feel like you get from the guys understanding the opponent and obviously the chance?
Well, we know. I mean, they're a good football team, and it's going to come down to small plays. I mean, it's going to come down, especially just like last week. I mean, it was huge. So our guys know how important it is, and we're focused, and we're preparing, and we're ready.
Dave, how would you describe just the emotional swing that you experienced last week?
Yeah, I mean, it went from a nightmare to a great dream. I mean, really. The good thing was, and I was really proud of our guys. I mean, the way they bounced, the way they stuck together, and they just went about, going to the next play and moving on to the next play and making plays. They had one play, and then they had another play, and we ended up getting 5 big plays after that. We had 2 bad ones and then 5 good ones. So, it was fortunate that it ended up, the way it did, and I'm just so proud of our guys.
It started with McColl's kick.
Yes, yeah, McColl's kickoff return kind of sparked us. Got our team saying, hey, we're okay. We're going to make plays. And then I got our fans back into it, and then offense goes out in first play, I think, and score, and and then we got the thing rolling, and then with the punt fake, stopping that, and then the kickoff, getting the turnover there, that was huge. Once. I mean, I was in the locker room at halftime and saying it's 28-24. We're leading this game, and it's all there for us now. So, and I'm just proud of our guys.
I was going to get you to speak to Dan's play on the play.
Yeah, Dan's play, that was one of the most unbelievable tackles I've ever seen. On a special teams play. I mean, it was a solo tackle out in space, hard tackle, angle tackle, and then he has to stop him short for. Basically a 2-yard gain. Otherwise, they get the first down. It was, I thought it was a good call. I really did. But Dan, I think he's been waiting all year for that play. He zeroes in on that guy and he's looking for that direct snap, and here it came. So, and he just was shot out of a cannon and didn't miss a beat and made a nice tackle in space.
It looked like he knew that was coming.
Well, he's looking for that. That's one of the things. That's his job, and I think he said the same thing. I mean, he's watching for it, and he hopes it happens. I mean, that's his mentality, and it happened, and he went and made a play, and it was huge for us in that moment.
Couple more guys. Couple more.
Excuse me.
Dan's a guy that's kind of
Yes.
going under the radar a lot. How important is it to see him be able to make a big play like that and to have such a big impact?
He's still under the radar, but he had 108 plays in that game. I mean, he played every down on defense, and he played every down on special teams, and he's that important to us. I mean, he's a behind-the-scenes guy, but he is so important, to our football team, and he will be in these next 2 games too.
The kick return obviously got you guys jump-started. And their kicker, you had a lot of chances for returns because he couldn't kick it through the end zone. What's the weapon of Butker's leg no returns for them. I mean, how big is that for you, especially at this time of year when those plays can really swing games?
That's a great point, and it's a huge factor for us that we were able to kick touchbacks when we want to kick touchbacks. Here's a prime example. I mean, it's 34-24 in that game. We have the taunting penalty. We have to kick off from the 20. He kicks an 80-yard kick all the way down to the goal line, and we tackle him on a 25-yard line. I mean, that's Butker in our coverage units. I mean, that was another big play in that game. I thought that kind of went unseen, untalked about, really.
We'll go last one, Matt Derrick.
Given how long you have worked with Andy and your friendship over the years, how important would it be to you to get into the AFC Championship game and potentially win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about this a lot. I mean, and Andy, nobody deserves it more than Andy. And he's such a great coach. To not have a Super Bowl win, under his belt. I mean, this would be huge. I don't know if I'd stop crying with him. I'd probably hug him forever. I'm just so proud of what he's done and everything he's done in his career, and he needs that. He needs this. He needs that.